Okay. Always got to make sure I'm actually live and not just kind of live. Make sure my camera's good. Checking YouTube, checking Twitch. Oh, Lori is there. Thumbs up. Hi there. Today, we got another episode of Travis's Time Machine. And this time, we are taking it way back to 2012. I think this game came out. Not very long ago. I was actually already out of high school when this game came out. But we are looking at, if I can keep my headphones plugged, at a game called Diablo. What happened to the music here? Hang on a second. I lost it completely. Let's alt tab out, alt tab in. Let's kill the game. Exit Diablo. We'll start it back up. We're playing a game called Diablo 3. If I can get my audio to work properly. Diablo 3, the third Diablo game. I played the first one a few years ago, and I loved it. It was awesome. It's kind of like the original action RPG. You run around with a little guy, and you click to swing your sword, and you kill like goblins and demons, and you go down. The first one, it all takes place in one town, in one church, and you just kind of go down 15 levels from the top level of the church, and you go down into hell basically, and you kill Diablo, who is basically the devil. So you just kind of descend down further and further in that game. Then that came out in like 1996, I think, somewhere around there. And then around 2000, Diablo 2 came out. And that game took everything the first one did and basically made it wider, more expansive, more characters you could play as, more skills in your skill tree, more lands. You go to like 50 different towns and different zones and deserts. And I never played Diablo 2. I played like the first part, but I never really played it. And then Diablo 3 came out in 2012. And this game is a live service game, so it has been updated many times, multiple expansions. It's changed a lot over time, and I picked it up with my buddy. We streamed together, Alex, in April recently, and we've been playing it, and I've been having a lot of fun with it. So I'm in the second act of the game, and I thought that this would be a fun one to bring up on the Time Machine because it's an old game, and it's a game I happen to be playing right now. So I'm in Act 2, and I'll go ahead and start this up. Something interesting about Diablo, though, is like the difficulty settings. So there's normal, hard, expert, and then like master, and then torment. But then torment can go all the way up to torment level 1 through 16. So there's like 20 difficulty levels. So when you first start a character, you typically will just start on normal or on hard. I'm on expert right now. But you'll slowly get to level 60, which I'm at level 43 right now. But once you get to level 60, you are able to go and actually do the higher levels. And so people do like Torment level 10, level 12, level 16, and it just gets harder and harder. So, but the first act of the game took place in that first town from the first game called Tristram. I am now in the second area, which is the deserts. And we are basically trying to find, there's these two brother devils, demons, I don't know, Mephisto or something. And we're trying to find them. One's like the Lord of Lies and Deception, and then the other one's somebody else. And basically we're in this desert zone. We just got here, and we're kind of traveling around, and we're trying to figure out where these guys are at that are hiding, because they are trying to bring back Diablo, I guess. So I'm going to kind of go around the townsfolk and talk to them. My character is a demon hunter.
It seems like you've been awake for a while.
Well, it was not very easy to find you. I had to search for days. When I woke up alone, I did not know what had happened. I wrote about it a little. You may read more if you wish. I felt no fear when they sealed the tomb before me. Only
She's
a
giving me a
sense
little
of peace
speech.
as my mind drifted away into the darkness. It seems I opened my eyes only seconds later and beheld the chamber in ruins, half buried in sand. I have left everything behind. Only hope guides me now.
So playing this game, 8 years after it launched is really interesting because, there's just a lot of lore. You can look like these are all like lore journal entries and audio entries that you can read or listen to. I mean, look at this. I've only been playing the game for like 10 hours and I've already got, probably 100 bits of lore here, the little books, and they kind of tell the character stories. So, you get these characters, like I've got one with me called the Scoundrel. There's the Enchantress, the Templar, and you can basically, if you don't have friends to play with, because this is a multiplayer game, you can bring these little characters along with you. So I've actually talked to this Templar a few times. I've talked to this Templar, and I'm kind of talking to him about how he became a Templar, and so I might bring him with me here. Let's see what he says. Seeking the truth.
Considered what we discussed, and you are correct. I know little about my past, beyond what my order has told me. But what does it matter? Look what they have done for me. They've turned me into a living weapon, a light against darkness.
At what price? Your past? Your humanity? After the battles, that is all we will have left.
I wouldn't know how to begin. How do I seek memories that have been taken from me?
Focus on anything you can remember before you join the Order. Dreams, nightmares, it's all there. You need but find a key.
You may be right. I will find a way to take back my memories and exonerate my order.
So maybe I'm just dense, but before I played this game, I would play, you'd meet Templars or you'd play as Templars, like religious knights in games. And I never really thought anything of them. I just thought they were zealots or whatever. But this guy is interesting. You can see I've got this dialogue tree, and he's just an NPC you can take with you into battle. But I've been clicking through his dialogue, and he kind of talks about how when he became a Templar, the initiation process was that they whipped him and they beat him and they starved him for days. And the idea was he's a sinner. And so they drove him basically to exhaustion and almost death. And it became such a trauma that he forgot his past. So the idea is that by putting him through that, they cleansed him and he actually doesn't remember his past. And so now he kills demons, to cleanse them. And he thinks he's cleaning them. He's helping them. And so my character started asking, well, what did you do before? What did you do before that was so bad? And see, even these characters start talking to each other, like the Enchantress and the Templar. And so you talk to him and you talk to him like, why does he do what he does? And he doesn't remember. So now he's on this path of kind of self-discovery. So I'm actually going to grab this guy. I'm going to bring him with me. Because the reality is a lot of people, oh, you can only hire one at a time. That's all right. I'll leave my Scoundrel back behind. A lot of people, don't play this game to talk to the people. They play for the hack and slash. But got an artisan. All right, we'll kind of leave him be. My next quest, let's look at my quests. The road to Alcarnus. Find the Chasm Outpost in Stinging Winds. The road to Alcarnus is blocked here. I'll have to go through the Chasm Deposit to the north. The cultists may have forced me on this circuitous route for a reason. I best be on my guard. So let's start to work our way back into the world. So that's a town portal I just went through. I'm gonna pull up this map, and I need to go to the mines. I think it said I need to go north. So let's just kind of head north. So if you see in my top right, you'll see that there's like this map that I'm discovering. All the zones in this game are like big unexplored open zones. And so as you journey around, I will uncover this, right? You can just see where I walked. So this is pretty standard hack and slash, but Diablo is the originator. They were the first ones to create this type of a game. So let's kind of go down here. So I have a bow and arrow based character. If you look at my inventory, you can see I've got a bow. It's a crossbow. And then you get different type of gear, like legendary and rare gear. So I'm working on getting all legendary gear. I'm gonna shoot these goblins. So I think that for the most part, this game, skill-wise, is the same as when it launched. So you get this skill tree and you unlock. You see these chains popping up on the enemies. that's me shooting them and chaining them together. So it's not just a bow and arrow. Like, I've got a specific ability equipped that chains them. Or I can shoot these rockets with my bow. Back up a little bit. Slow these guys. Now, I probably have the difficulty up just a little bit too much. I may drop it down. See how this goes. I don't mind it being a little difficult, but these guys are pretty beefy. Go ahead and use my healing potion. Alright. So you pick up loot. So you can see these are items I've picked up. Blue is just regular rare, I think, or kind of common. So let's see here. I might drop the difficulty just a tad. Can I do that from here? Lower difficulty. Wow, they have a button for it. Yep, slower. Okay. See, I play on expert when I have bigger groups, but with it just being me and another guy. Oh, that's cool. The Templar's got another chaining ability. Use my abilities. Heal. Level 44. So these games are all about feeling powerful, man. Which is interesting. I typically never played these types of games where you just level up and you grind and you run dungeons and you get more gear and then you go stronger and stronger. But a little game called Destiny, specifically Destiny 2, really turned me on to this style of game. And ever since I started playing Destiny, I've gotten really fond of these games. I don't know. The stories are always, fine. They're very atmospheric, but it's you hop on with friends and you level up and you get one character leveled up and then you get another character.
I'll have to go through the Kasim outpost to the west.
Gotta go west. Okay. But you basically run around and you explore and you kill little demons and you go through the story and then you do it again with another character and then you go and you do special dungeons and stuff. So, okay. And you could see like this map is getting kind of explored. So as far as for the time machine purposes of this show, like I always like to talk about how the games have aged. And this is the first games as service game I think I've ever done on the show. And so what makes a game as service is it receives continual updates like it's a service. I mean, this is an 8-year-old game and they've continued to, I think they touch up the graphics. They've kept support up. They've added new content. I think this game's on season 21. So they've had 21 unique seasons of content. And so I do think it's fun to every now and then pull these up on the show, even though this is a show more geared towards classic games. I mean, this is a classic series. It's an 8-year-old game. I can't really speak because I wasn't there in the early days. I can't really speak to go in the cellar, so you can find little places to go in. I can't really speak to the early days of Diablo 3. I know it was a troubled launch, as these games typically are, these kind of service games. Destiny 1 and 2 have both had content droughts and launched poorly. Diablo 3 launched really poorly. I think they actually took the Diablo 3 devs and brought them in to help recover Destiny. Typically the ones that don't launch poorly are like Path of Exile, where they just launch really limited, but they start in early access and they build up over time. But I think from what I can tell, this game is, it's turned the corner as far as fan, critical consensus. People that are fans of it really love it, and then there are still some diehards that stick by Diablo 2 or even 1 and say those are the only ones for me. Mostly 2, probably, because Diablo 1's kind of its own thing. But I have been having a great time. It is so much fun to just plow through demons and level up. You get these cool abilities, like you can see these arrows that are shooting down, they're raining down. I can press, this to really slow everybody down around me. And let's find this outpost. You said to the west. Lori, would you ever play a game like this? Got a big group here. I'm gonna drop this ability. This like arrow, watch, it just shoots down in all directions. Very satisfying. I have this slow ability. So I've tried to build my character where I slow people down and then I put chains on them, which slows them even more. And then I have a side ability that damages people when they're slowed. So my whole kind of play style is I'm almost playing like a trapper.
Belial, Lord of Lies, is the most elusive of the 7 evils and is a master of deceit.
Belial.
It is said that he manipulated Asmodan into revolt against the prime evils. This began the Burning Hell's civil war, which ended with the dark exile of the prime evils to our mortal realm.
Captain of the Guard, you are hereby ordered to send a band of your most loyal men to secure the Qasim outpost. Control of the city hangs by a thread. The commoners are becoming restless, and it is imperative that we subdue them. Remain vigilant, for there may already be an outsider within our borders looking to stir up trouble.
I need to reach Alcarnus. Please open the gate.
You must be mad. But if you're intent on rushing headlong to your death, talk to Captain David down in the command post. He's got the gate key.
It's maybe a dumb thing, but I love that all of the dialogue is voice acted. I can't read.
Delivered unto me as a sacrifice.
Oh my god.
From Lord Belial.
Try and kill me.
Really, Magda? Or did Belial send you here as bait to lure me away from Chaldeum?
Oh my god, this is
No,
this is not good. So this girl killed Deckard Cain.
Belial is the Lord of Lies, Magda. The truth is, you were dead the minute you killed Cain.
Wow. That was a good trick.
Please.
Not a moment too soon. They plan to sacrifice us to Belial. Iron Wolves, take back the town!
So those guards outside were not even real. That's pretty wild. Right out there with my ability. Captain Diablo.
Magda reached Alcarnus?
It's a fake
Yes.
group of guards.
Heard rumors of a horrible slaughter there.
Then I cannot delay any longer. Open the gate.
That was cool.
Cain's death will soon be avenged.
By all that is holy, can you see that enemy over there?
Be careful. This ship is cursed by demons. We should be safe as long as we don't disturb it.
Oh, you best believe I'm about to disturb this ship. Oh, wow, yeah.
The fallen lunatics are the most unstable of their kind, causing them to overproduce highly combustible fluids in their abdomens. I believe this imbalance must be inevitably fatal. leaving them with a kick to puncture their stomachs and release their explosive bile in a terrible display when enemies come too near.
These serpentine demons are Belial's favored servants, and he has granted them some of his skill in cunning and illusion. Deceivers will cloak themselves in the familiar forms of their enemies' companions and friends, waiting to strike when the moment is opportune. It is only then that their true forms are revealed.
So, I never really played these kinds of games where you get loot but you just click around as opposed to shooting in Destiny or something like that. And at first I was worried I wouldn't like the combat, but it's actually got a good rhythm to it. I like that all the enemies have like a really good voice acted explanation of who they are and their role in the world. Nice touch. For a 12-year-old game, this game still looks awesome. I mean, if this released this year, I'm playing on a nice PC and, 1440p, but like if this released this year, I would say, it'd be nice to be able to zoom in a little bit more and see the character detail, but like I wouldn't, like if this was a mid-tier title releasing, like I wouldn't say it's aged poorly at all. It looks awesome. The art style, I used to really be like more pro like Diablo 1 and 2 art style, but this is growing on me a whole lot. It's just very visually, I don't know, engaging.
I am blinded by sweat.
Where is Alcazan or whatever his name is?
You won't survive that.
1 second, guys. My wife is here. You know how it is. Got to figure out what we're doing for dinner. Oh, I unplugged my headphones. That's not gonna do me any good. Gotta find Al Carnus. I don't know where he is. I do like this exploration piece of the game, how you're kind of going around these zones. Well, I mean, damn, I've been around the whole outside edge of this thing. I guess I gotta go over this way and up. Maybe he's down in this cavern. I guess I technically didn't go right here. Find Alcarnus. Oh, here's some steps that I missed. Wow. I literally went all the way around. Earned an achievement, hot dogging, April. My dude is dead. I'll do it. New event. Oh, yeah. You better believe I got this under control, buddy. Let's activate the Soul Scions. It's kind of an underwhelming event. Did this dude really die from that? That's it? This guy sucks. He really died from that. We just obliterated that fool. Get out of here. Well, that's not Alcanius, though. That was an event. It's cool. It was easy. Good game. Easy. Oh, maybe I need to go here. How did I miss this? Ruins, level 1. So the first zone in this game was very like, kind of like European, like kind of desolate. It's called Tristram. This is obviously like a desert area. I think you go to heaven and you fight angels later. And then you go to hell and you fight the devil. So it's got a good variety of locales. You'll see I got this little pet that he flies around and he picks stuff up for me. I'll actually show you him. Pets. See, here he is. He flies around and he picks up gold for me. I don't know how I got him. He was just there from the beginning. Very spooky. Ah! So far, I've been liking this campaign. I don't know if that was part of what people didn't like at launch. I'm enjoying it. It's, you know, it's not Macbeth or anything, but it's interesting. Having just played the first one, it's cool. You pick up with Deckard Cain, and I think I need to go back. We'll say the last chapter, the dungeons were a little more kind of gruesome and people getting tortured, and this is a little more kind of, I won't say generic. There's nothing generic about it, but it's a little more plain. There's not a lot going on down here in the desert ones. So this little treasure goblin is going to give me a bunch of stuff if I can kill him in time. I got this. Oh, come on, man. All right, drop the... There we go. Pick up all this stuff. Getting close to full on my stuff that I'm holding. Why did it give me some lore in my inventory? That's weird. I'll say the thing about these types of games is time just flies when you're playing them. Like, I'm playing a game right now, Evil Within 2, and it's so tense and just not laid back that every single hour I play that game, it feels like 5 hours. It's not necessarily a bad thing, but you know, it's just not like this. Like this game, I think because of the pace of it and it's very breezy and you just fly through areas. I mean, God, I will look down and I cannot believe an hour has passed by that I've been playing the game. And that's a credit to the game. I mean, I feel like these are designed very much with kind of that psychological philosophy. Seems like there's a lot of, you know, little tricks of the trade they use to keep you engaged second to second, even though you're essentially doing the same things constantly. And they do a good job of, you sit there and you use the same abilities and then you get a new one, and it just kind of interacts with the enemies very differently than what you already had. It's a big old freaking zone so far. How big is this area? Yeah, this is large. As far as I can tell, this is still kind of the gold standard for action RPGs too. Like Path of Exile is really big. Last Epoch is a newer one. Wolfson or something like that is one people have been playing, but this is the one that really, I mean, this series is the one that really started it all, but this one still has quite the following. And they have announced Diablo 4 is coming, which it would be fun for me to get on the ground floor of one of these. I played Diablo 1 like 30 years late, and I'm playing this one 8 years late. Like, I feel like this is not likely a game I would put a lot of time into. Like, I have Destiny, which scratches the same itch, but I would say with probably better gameplay. Um, Although this does things better than Destiny in some respects. You get more customization of your subclasses. There's more classes in general. You can, I feel like it's a little freer. You can play with more people. Um, I would say the campaign in this is probably better than something like Destiny, which you don't even ever play the campaign. But the flip side being, it would be really cool if Diablo 4 launches and it's really fun and it's not a big mess that everybody's freaking out about, because then I might get on the ground floor of one of these games and have fun with it for the duration of its life. You know, I did a similar thing with Destiny. I picked up Destiny 1. I tried it a little bit early in its existence and I was like kind of iffy on it. And I put it down, and then I picked it back up at like early 2016 and just played through the campaigns, all of them at that point, and played some Crucible and, you know, tried to collect. I didn't really clear out that whole area, but that's okay. This isn't my favorite dungeon. But I, you know, tried to go through everything, you know, in Destiny 1, at least besides the raids, and I had a lot of fun with it. But it was the end of the life cycle, so there wasn't like a whole lot of point, you know, to stick with it. So I switched to D2, and at that point, I have played D2 extremely consistently. I've taken a couple seasons off at different times. I didn't buy Forsaken day one, but since basically after Forsaken, I have bought every season and every expansion day one. So I got Shadowkeep, and I've been doing day one raiding. Let's drop some stuff here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Let's grab the more expensive stuff, and let's grab whatever else we can. We're going to go back to town and sell. But it would be fun to play one of these from the top and really go all the way through with it. So I'm going to salvage basically everything that's not better than what I have right now. So these gloves are better. That's a better quiver, although it doesn't have a slot. So what's the difference in toughness? Not that big a deal. Recovery. Okay, so that is better in basically every way. So we'll ditch that. I've got a legendary chest piece, so I don't need all them. Attack speed increased 11%. That would be nice, but okay, I get some rare pants that basically give me a lot of the same functionality I currently get, but my damage is going to drop. But I could drop some damage tokens into my pants. There we go. That will do. Yep. Okay. Kill that staff. Rare amulet can go. Crossbow. It's got less potential in it. Now this crossbow got a lower ceiling and lower floor. Yeah, it's not what I'm gonna do. Kill that. Ooh, that is a boost. Okay, let's go ahead and salvage this crossbow. I don't need it. Don't need it. Don't need it. What is this? Haven't been able to get much sleep the past few days. Apparently, my sea legs aren't as sturdy as I thought they'd be. I don't even know. Lightning deals more damage, more dex. Okay, I think that this is the one that I should use. I should drop a damage token in there. Let me swap this gem, do this, and then I'm going to salvage a couple of these pieces because I don't care. Okay. All right, and I'm going to get rid of that. Let's open this back up. Let's try to sort my gems and stuff. I feel like I'm playing Bejeweled or something. There is going to come a point where I should put this stuff in my trunk. Yep, and I'm probably there. Let's throw these in there. Is there like an auto sort? All right. That's enough housekeeping. Let's go back and finish this quest. Let's go ahead and sell this stuff too. I don't need any of this crap. So that town portal was a power up you get late in the first one, and in this one they start you off with it. And I think that's the right call. I mean, that first one was a very different style of game. It was not meant for you didn't play with other people really. You didn't have as many dungeons to explore, and with this one, it's the right call to give you that ability, I think, from the jump. Oh, wow, I got a huge electricity radius on that bow. That is beautiful. Yeah, this dungeon's a little drab compared to the earlier ones, but I have seen people say that the second act, which is the one I'm on, is a little repetitive. So we'll see as we go through here. I mean, I don't hate it, but I'd like to see like more mummies or like weird. Maybe we're just not there. Like yetis or something weird. I don't know. Like going through an endless tomb with no like I don't know, death or destruction. It's just kind of vanilla. And with a game like this, like the scenery is half the battle. It either feels metal and weird and crazy, or it doesn't. So I'm going to drain all my hatred. Man, there is greenery everywhere. So we got blessing going faster. Let's see what's back here. I love those arrows. These swarms suck. Level 45. I am over 3/4 the way, or at 3/4 the way to 60. Am I in the wrong place? Oh. Trap. Find Alcarnus. I mean, where is he? Is he not down here? Okay, I guess I traveled to the beginning. He's not here. I don't think I missed him. Just I hope I didn't. I must have just not gone the right way. Travel through the east gate. Find Alcarnius. I mean, dog. Was he in the first level of that dungeon? Let's go explore this one more time. I went up here. That was a dead mage. I feel like it would say go into the ruins if that was the next step. Oh my god, if this is like a whole pathway, I'll be so pissed. Oh my god. Jeez. I feel real dumb. It's just about the loop. I had some of that already discovered. Okay, this has to be Alcarnus. Oh. Alright. See ya, buddy. Find the lair of the witch Alcarnus. Oh, okay, this is it. Alright, now we're doing some witches. Vicious Mangler. There we go. Let's grab that. I guess I didn't grab that pool of reflection yet. There we go. I think that's where I'm supposed to go in. Oh no, this is something else. Oh, there we go. People getting tortured. And let's free these other people. Bonus. Yeah, free these people. Hope you can fight. Hop on out. More prisoners. Man. Good day to be a prisoner, I'll tell you that. Oh, I didn't let this person out. Imagine being the one prisoner I don't set free. There's two of them. Yeah, there's the achievement. I got them all. All right. This has to be the lair, right? Bunch of Satan worshippers in here. I love killing these little demon ladies, trying to torture people. Town cellar. Oh my god. These people are evil. Cultists everywhere. Okay, we'll go up here. Lair of the Witch. And this isn't a very big place. I should finish exploring. Okay. This is it. Kill Magda. Come around this backside. This looks like the arena. Yeah, she's going to be in here. There she is. So she killed Deckard Cain. Okay, you're about to die. Thought we'd fight her at the end of the act. I didn't think we'd get to her just yet. Let me slow her down. All right, Mr. Templar. This is all you. Oh, gotta kill these little guys trying to heal her. Retrobate Vessel. All right, she about to go down. I like the boss fights in this game. Another triumph for righteousness. Return to the hidden camp. Jeez, look at these people like cut in half with their entrails hanging out. This game, you know, people try and say it's not as dark as D2, and it's not. Like, it's more cartoony, but I mean, it's not non-violent. Like, there are a lot of depictions of death and torture. I mean, look at these guys on these pikes. I mean, I get why they went with this art style. They wanted something dark and atmospheric, but something that you could play for, you know, it could appeal to. Wow, look at that tortured victim. But I also understand why fans of the first two felt betrayed by the art style change. These bodies piled up. Like, this is badass right here. Road to Alcarnus. Maybe it's more mild than the OG. Getting a cutscene. We killed Magda. Here's Tyrael. All right. So that has been Diablo 3. I would say, in terms of like what I typically do with the show, is I talk about, hey, how is this game held up? Is it worth playing? If you never played it before, is it worth revisiting? I mean, yeah, this game is 100% worth playing if you've never played it before, especially if you're into loot style games. I would even take it a step further and say if you've never played a loot style game, this is a great one to pick up. Caveats I would add are you would want to increase the difficulty from normal. It's too easy. And it's best with friends. I mean, I know I did this video solo, but I mean, this game is best played when you can run around with your friends and you're all different classes. You're all using your abilities. You got the difficulty cranked up and you're just having fun. The story is fine. Like, it's cool. It's atmospheric. You're, figuring out what's going on with these demon tribes and stuff. But ultimately, this is a classic. It's maybe not my classic or one that I've played a ton, but I can see why this game has stood the test of time. They put a lot of effort into it, and that's kind of my review of it. I have been having fun. I'll continue to play it. My thoughts will be on the podcast. Probably I'll try to beat it here in the next week. But that's all I got for you today. So appreciate you guys. Have fun and stay safe. And thanks for hanging out.